So you said your entry was the 15-minute time frame, rising seller volume. I'm assuming you were talking about this candle here on yesterday. So I just wanted to make this video for you just to like show how you could have potentially had a better entry like up here, for example, and instead of entering here, you could be like taking profit at this level, which was previous day high, right? And also current day open. So personally, I would look at time frames like the 15-minute, 30-minute, or hourly for setups to build, or also to like determine what the trend is, overall trend, and then go down to smaller time frames like the 5, 3, 2, or the 1 minute for entries. So like, um, well, let's backtrack for a minute and look at what happened on this setup right here. So we had this inside bar on the 15-minute, which is fine. That's a good setup. But also look where it happened, right? Here was the previous day high, and then the day before, the 2 day ago high right here. So we had this bit of consolidation right here below that level, telling us it's potential rejection. So as soon as you see something like this, like the 15-minute inside bar, for example, we can go down. I mean, I like the 1 minute, but you can use 2 minute or 3 minute, whatever. And you can see here's that bit of consolidation that happened on the 15-minute time frame, right? If this would highlight. And we had this low right here. Holy fuck. Thank you. This low get broken and then a bit of a pullback right here, right? So what I like to do is wait for levels like this to break and then just kind of wait for a nice and easy little 50% retrace for my entries. But you could even wait and not take that first break, like wait for maybe the second low to break, right? This is just even more confirmation that we're potentially going lower, right? So we have a low, or excuse me, a low right here. And then now all of a sudden we have a lower low, right? And here's a lower high. Now we have another lower low, and we're getting another lower high. So that should just be telling you that the trend is no longer bullish. It's now turning bearish. So these are things that I like to look for is lows breaking like this and then retracing 50%. See, this is another 50% to 61.8% retrace, right? But let's clear this up. Oops. See, it's rejecting that golden pocket again. So once you see this like pull up to this area and you start to see red candles, this is where I would enter. But again, it's all starting from like a bigger time frame like this. Like you can definitely start with the 15-minute. Come on. Definitely start with the 15-minute to like look for these types of patterns and then go down to your smaller time frame to enter. So like for example, if you did start with the 1 minute on this and you did enter here or here on this retrace or even here on this one, like you could be looking at this level from the previous day high as your target. So let's see, you entered at 12:13, which I think is 10:13 for me. So you entered here, and then you exited at 12:15 right here, which is fine. That's a good scalp. But just imagine if you had entered up here and then like took profit here. Like yeah, it pushed down even more, but you're just getting more of the move. And like if you're in as it starts to reverse, you're doing less chasing and you can be more comfortable with a bigger move down. Um, so let's see. So here's something you can maybe do to practice. Just grab a piece of paper and a pen and just draw these patterns out and just go back and back test the shit out of them. So first one, just draw like a little uptrend like this, right? We're making higher highs, higher lows. And then what you want to look for is something like this. Just some stupid sideways consolidation, right? And then eventually what you want to see is a, a strong push down below this like obvious level of support that just formed, right? And then not enter here, don't chase, just wait for it to come back to this level. And then that's where you're going to enter, right? So just draw this out on a piece of paper and then do the same for the opposite. Some consolidation. And then it breaks up past this obvious resistance or whatever you want to call it. And you're not entering here. We're not trying to catch the knife, but we want the retest. So these are my ideal entries because you're going to be able to get more of the move or most of the move, and that will eventually help you be more comfortable holding longer. And again, you don't even have to get this first one, this first like higher low. You could even wait for this one too, right? Because it's going to keep doing that. It's going to keep, if the trend is truly reversing, it's going to make a new high, then pull back and retest and make a new higher low, and so on, right? And then let's see. Here's a couple more you can draw. What the fuck? Okay. Why won't it let me draw? Piece of shit. Just zoom out. Another one you can draw, same concept, making lows and lower highs until eventually you get something like this where it makes this new low, but then skyrockets up past that previous high like this and then retest there. And that's your entry. Same thing for the downside. Oops. Right, we're trending up. And then all of a sudden on this one, pushes way down. Like that, past this, like pushes past that most recent low. And then you would just wait for this low to be touched or retested, and that's your entry there. So let's look for an example of like this pattern, for example. I'm going to look at the 1 minute. And right off the bat, we had one here today, right? We're making this pattern. going down, lower lows, lower highs. Then all of a sudden we pushed way up past this level, this recent high, right? So we bounced around on it. I mean, you could enter calls anywhere around here really, or kind of wait for this push up above this second new high that formed, and then buy calls here when you start to see this volume pouring in. Let's see if we can find one to the downside. I mean, this is kind of one here, right? We're going up. Big push down. We had this recent low right here. It pushed below it, came back up and retested. Puts. And the beauty of this is that you're entering basically where your stop loss should be, right? This level is essentially your stop loss. So if for whatever reason you got a candle instead of starting to push down, you got one that pushed up and closed like this, like that's already your signal to cut losses for what, maybe 10%, if that. But yeah, let's just go, like I said, grab a piece of paper and a pen and draw those patterns out wherever the fuck they went. Well, I can't get to them now. I don't know how the fuck. But yeah, just rewind the video and look at those and draw them out and then just back test. Find those patterns on charts like this because they happen every day.